Hey everyone, my name is Sam, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I recorded this. I would be lying if I said it wasn't good to be back. But even so, what happened in the last episode was... it was bad. As you can see, the effects have already taken hold. Because Sayori is gone. Now, you may have noticed in some of the previous episodes, there have been a few, weird, glitches involving my, camera. Now,
I just want to help him.
hopefully they're all gonna be gone now, so, you won't need to worry about those. Yeah, we're gonna get straight in. This is episode 6, I believe, and I'd say we're probably about halfway through the game now, maybe a bit further than that. But, yeah, let's get straight into it. Oh my god, I haven't played this game since January, are you kidding? That's a long time. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. This is me. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. I completely disagree, but anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. This is very deja vu-y. This is exactly what happened last time. Clubs! Yeah, this is exactly what happened last time. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Sam? You see, now, before it was Sayori that, came to talk to us, but obviously she's not here, so... Oh! That was creepy. It's starting to get creepy, and I love it! I love it so much. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah... yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly while doing the pose that I'd keep telling her not to do. Although that was in another reality, so, anyway. For God's sake, I keep getting notifications for people playing stuff and I have to blur them because I don't want people knowing who my friends are. I do have friends, I swear. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Oh, no, this is bad. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. I'm not standing for this, protagonist Sam. I'm not standing for it. Don't call literature dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. Exactly. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? That'll be Natsuki. She always insists that manga is literature too. Well, I mean, it is. It is. It's just like comics. Comics are literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey Sam, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Of course. What? How? How could you? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Sam, you know that? Oh. It's nothing. It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Oh, that's very, very kind of you, Monica. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Last time it was selling my soul for a cupcake. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Oh! Oh my god. This is the thing, because I've told you guys from the beginning, I know what happens in the game. But all of these little glitches, I don't know that they're gonna happen, because my memory isn't that good. I've watched the game being played through like once. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to cool the atmosphere. Same old Natsuki. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Sam. They're all looking at me again. This is episode 1 all over again. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. It's just deja vu all over again, isn't it? Again, they're all looking at me. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? Whoa! No. What? No, I'm not! Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Do I recognize Yuri? Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. So actually, Sayori was the vice president the last time. So that's interesting. Also, I think the room is tilted. I remember that being a thing that's happening. I can't really tell for sure, but I think it is. It might be slightly tilted. Maybe I know that does happen a bit later. I'm not sure if it's already started, is what I'm saying. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, it's weird because my protagonist Sam said the only person he didn't recognize was Natsuki. Yet he still acted like he didn't know Yuri. Okay, that's a bit weird. So I ran into Sam in a classroom, and he decided to come and check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica? Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, make cupcakes? Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come and sit down, Sam? Excuse me. The girl... We're trying to look for something in the back. I don't think it's there yet. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. We never got to the festival last time because of, what happened. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep all tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Again, I'm not really a hot drinks kind of guy. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Huh? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, team reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Sam, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Well, you see, I wrote a book. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. And not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Same old Yuri. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something that I can relate to on the minimal level. At this rate, you might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. Okay, that wasn't what she said last time. She said that she didn't expect it. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, as if a story... really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Again, what do you want me to do? Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. So, how's your day going? Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. I need a drink. Now my head was going a bit fuzzy then. I was gonna say I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but I got more than I should have done. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Sam? Hold on, there's still one problem. Here it comes. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Excuse me. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, they're all looking at me. They're all looking. Stop it! Stop it! Stop! I don't like it! I lose my train of thought as all three girls turn to look at me at once, and I hate it! All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Monika's the worst. I mean, look at her. Look how sad she is. But I'm sorry, I thought... Huh? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Sam. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Still thinking with his penis. Dear God, that's gonna get us all in trouble. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Sam? Oh, I skipped a bit too fast then. Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Sam, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I try. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Sam, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? It is time to write. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. And I'll see we walk home alone. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? And I think I would, especially in this situation. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Kinda tried that already. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Again, I'm not sure about that. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Okay, first special poem. These are like weird little bonus poems you get for doing certain things. Let's read it. Okay, then. Ugh. Let's move past that very quickly. So, as you can see, we're back in the poem writing screen. And again, now that Sayori's gone, it's only Natsuki and Yuri. Monika's still not there. So, but we're still gonna go for Yuri. It's a bit easier now. Because a few of the things that I would have thought would be for Yuri were for Sayori. So now that they're sort of eliminated, I think, I think, a few of them might have changed to Yuri. Let's go intellectual. Yep, there's Yuri. Nightgown. Oh, that's Yuki. Ooh, depression. Sensation. Imagination. Existence. Flower. No, that's Yuki. Philosophy, definitely. Beauty. Okay. Inferno. Vertigo. Fireflies, maybe? Nope. Okay, I'm sort of divvying between them now. This isn't good. Festa. Valentine. Alright, let's see which one fancy it. Really? Okay, let's, unending. Melancholy. Variance. Tragedy, and let's go Heaven Sent. And also ambient. Okay, hi, oh, what? Okay, now the room... Hold on. Yes, the room is tilting. The room is tilting. It's actually tilting now. You could... Well, it's not that way. It's that... Yeah, it's tilting this way. I'll zoom into, like, one of the corners so you guys can see that it's... Wait, the music is slightly distorted as well. Oh, shit. This is getting bad. Hi again, Sam. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Yep, the room is tilting. That's very disturbing. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh! What the fuck? Thanks for keeping your promise, Sam. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, no, everything's going wrong. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take her seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Monica, Monica's... Hold on, let me quickly move my camera. Monica's standing in front of the text. That's not normal. That's not normal. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps... Oh my god, look how much it's zoomed in now. Someone who keeps their manga collection in the club room. I can't read it. It's so zoomed in. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. The room is like... almost diagonal now. I'm sure this actually made me feel really ill. It's hurt my eyes. I'm sorry, Sam. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ooh. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? It's just... I just felt like... Well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. This is nauseating. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it, if you wanted. Oh my god, stop. Steam, stop showing me who's playing shit. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Maybe if I just go like this, it'll be less nauseating. Yuri, thank you. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, okay. Back to normal. Thank God. And it's not tilting anymore, I don't think. Yeah, I think it's back to normal. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the bit that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. Oh! I wasn't focused on... Oh my... Her eye... Her eye... Her eye is drifting off of her face. This is not normal. I wanted to reread some of it. Okay, it's back to normal. This is getting bad. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see, because that's a normal thing to do. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. She probably bought 2 in the hope that she could probably share one with someone else at some point. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov, the same one. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. That was not I swear that was not what the book was about the last time. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? No, not kind of dark. Very dark. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. What dark turn? There's no turn. The whole book is just dark. Ah. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Sam? No, it's not that. I'm just not a fan of that sort of thing. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. That's weird text. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... I didn't realise, again, I've only watched a full playthrough once, and, like, it's only the main events that I've repeatedly watched, so I don't remember all of these little things. I didn't realise it was going to get so obviously worse so fast. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm watching her eye. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. What, like the many sentences you just said that were strange? And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. Excuse me, that just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club after all. Ah. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Oh! Oh, this is creepy. This is creepy. Yes! I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just breathing in the feeling of your breathing the feeling of your body, something? I was out of frame a little bit. I got so scared that I went out of frame. You really apologize a lot, don't you? Well, I mean, you also kind of say a lot of creepy shit a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Ah, there we go. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. I'm checking the background to see if there's anything unusual. I don't think so. I don't think it's tilting either. That's a good thing. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. A lot of distraction happening here. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, I remember that's where I ended the first episode. I'm gonna go for a few more minutes. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Guys. Look at her face. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses everything, she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? She's got her eye. Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Huh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? You put your hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Sam? Did something happen just now? Monica, help me! Yuri's freaking out! She's freaking me out! Huh? I have no idea. You're just acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. What, goes completely insane? Alright, if you say so. Anyway, oh my god, I wish people would stop playing things. Why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Sure, Monica. Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. I've only got the 2 choices. We'll start with Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hey, Monica. Hi, Sam. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Sam. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Sam. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Oh god, can people stop playing stuff? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes you get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Excuse me. Don't worry, I'm not very good. Excuse me. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. I wonder if it's going to be the same. I don't think it will. No, this isn't the same as the first one. Hole in Wall. That Hole in the Wall was a great game show. Back when I was a kid. Hole in Wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see colour. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing trick on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Right everyone, we're going to end this episode here. It's been a bit of a wild one. Things are already starting to get bad. And it's only going to get worse from here. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's good to be back recording this. It's always a fun game to record. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you on another video very, very soon. Goodbye everyone.